welcome to another episode of the Design Your Success podcast. And today I have a very special guest, and I'm so happy that you're here, Blanca Vergara.
I'm delighted to be here. I love you so much. You are such a role model to all business owners and spiritual people at large, people at large. And so
Oh,
I'm grateful to do that today.
oh, thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here. But for our listeners and viewers, please introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Blanca Vergara, original from Mexico, living in the Netherlands for a long time. And that's already part of the story. I was a runaway because of family stories. And I have been rebuilding my life as I have been learning that ancestral trauma and ancestral wisdom and healing is a thing. And I do that for people, for women specifically, who have that story. And it's really fascinating to see my clients, from Ecuador in the US, from Romania in the UK, from South Africa and Switzerland, rebuilding their lives, not rebuilding, building legacies that are really legacies of love. It's about manifesting what's important. It's not, yes, of course, they manifest money, but they manifest husbands and children and health and healing. So that's my work.
I love that. I love it. And I really love watching you being in your zone of genius and doing what you are so incredibly good at. So it's an honor. I've worked with you and it was such a pleasure. And we have had such a great journey. So I would love to unpack that journey a bit in this episode. So when was the first time that you heard about human design?
It was quite, of course, it was divinely guided. Now I really think. Um, I was in a moment of transition. I was thinking, what do I do with my life, where I'm going with my business? And the government said, hey, you business owners in Amsterdam, do you want some money? And I said, yeah, sure, I want some money. So I went to take a course on yin yoga for coaches. And I started talking with the trainer, and she told me, wow, you really need to learn human design. You don't know. She brought me a book. She told me about it. She's the one who introduced me to the fact that I was a generator. It was just exactly, oh, I get the goosebumps to tell the story. It was exactly like a turning point, really a turning point. It really felt like I was in my life going like blinded, and suddenly somebody gives me a user manual or a map. Somebody gives me that technical information that I needed.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't know how to use it.
But that's the thing, right? When we get our user manual, it's like, yeah, and now what?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely,
So
absolutely.
what stood out for you when you heard about your design? So you are a 4/6 sacral generator. What was the thing that stood out the most for you when you were like, oh, now I get it?
Well, I have a fixed head in my chart, so I'm Aquarius, and Aquarius needs to know. So the first thing that I did when I started working with you and we started reviewing my design, is that I went all in into understanding, into really staying in my head. And I just went and researched, downloaded things, saw the videos of everybody, read. And, and that was helpful, of course, but that stayed still in the mind. The real big thing, the real big transformation was when I started to get out of the mind, to start getting into the action. The big two things for me is that I'm a generator, So I need to listen to my sacral, my sacred authority, and I'm a 4/6, and at the 6, a little bit like I can accept it because I'm 55, so I'm really close to the 60s. I'm the oldest around where I live. All my friends are younger than I am. So I kind of, okay, I can accept that I can be the role model. If funny enough, that was easy to accept.
Mhm.
That is a big deal. I understand that. But the 4 and the sacral authority were really difficult to understand for me, and
Yeah.
that stems from childhood trauma. My dear mom had a lot of um, yeah, a lot of heavy inheritance emotionally from her mother. And it makes sense when you think about the Mexican Revolution and the Great Depression. It just makes sense historically. It was not like my mother was exceptional in
Mhm.
getting trauma, it's all her generation. But
Mhm.
her thing was is that she was afraid of people. She was afraid of people. And also, like Calvin is here in the Netherlands, that's why I felt so at home here. There was a huge guilt about joy,
Mm.
huge guilt about what do I want. So that idea of listening to our own wisdom, our own body, because the sacral authority talks through your body. So to listen to my body, I need to ignore it. You need to go to the toilet. No, you are in a meeting. Don't listen to your body. You're hungry. No, no, no. You need to continue working. Just do it. And I was educated that way. So
Mm.
listen to my sacral authority was completely like chopped out of me. Don't listen to your sacral authority. You have the plan, you have the habits, you just do it. Don't listen to your wisdom. And if you get ill, no problem. You just keep going. I tell you, my poor mom went all the way in not listening to her own wisdom that she got cancer.
Wow.
So it really somatizes this. It's not about being happy or growing your business. If you don't listen to your own wisdom, you get ill.
Yeah.
So that's one, listening to the sacral authority. Very difficult for me to listen to what I like. What do I like? Do I want soup? Do I want salad? That was an enormous work. Who was I want to work with? I'm a coach. I wanted to work with everybody. What brings me joy? Well, I don't know because I'm totally disconnected. So sacral authority. The second one was the number 4, because she was so afraid of people. She told me, "You are safe here at home. If they want to visit you, they come to visit you." So she trained me to be afraid of people. That fear of people led me to be bullied in high school. So that increased my fear of people. And then when I went dating, I will choose the bad boys because they will, you know, re-imprint on me that people are bad and scary.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that was a huge part of the work that I did with Nicoline. I swear to you guys, it was just incredible. Nicoline, I went to this meeting and you don't know what. People are nice.
I remember that. I remember that you were like,
They're
you were
nice.
actually really nice and helpful.
Mm. And now in the political spectrum, I'm a very spiritual person, and the way I believe about and well, I'm going back a little bit. After receiving that book on astrology, sorry, on astrology, after receiving that book on human design, I fell in love with astrology. The astrological part of human design really called me. Now I studied astrology with one of the best teachers in the world, Adam Ellenbas. If anybody listens to this, I just vouch for him. He's just the best. And uh, studying astrology, what I wanted to tell you, yeah, studying astrology has led me to see a big trend of awakening in the world. So now we open the newspaper and we see that this group hates this group bombs this group, this country bombs this other one. And when you go to meetings, you on gatherings, you see that people are in this camp or in this camp. So if I was terrified of people, this made me even more terrified of people because they will be in this camp or in this camp. My astrology work has shown me, without all the jargon, everybody needs to know this, that astrologically there are two trends. One that indeed is everything about destruction and severing. So things are going to be explosive.
Hmm.
And the reason of the explosion is for us to come together again.
Mm.
And as this trend is going towards explosion, there is another trend that is about what Nicoline is doing, what I'm doing, is about really creating the life that we are meant to create. It's about community, it's about love, it's about honesty, it's about all the beautiful things that we all want. We want peace. So when you talk to people who are really in the two sides of the spectrum, they don't resonate with me because for me, this is the stage of separation, the stage that consciously is before the stage of union. And I was terrified to go there because I couldn't explain to people this. They were very right that their group is the good one. This is my good group. This is my good group. No, this is not. And the reason why they are so sure is because both of them have a level of truth. So this is why living my 4 and my 6 has been tremendously difficult. But it has been shocking to go out and start really delicately asking questions, with curiosity and love. Why are you so convinced of this? Why are you so convinced of that? Why? And listening to the people. And I talked to all of them, what they call right wing and left wing. I talked to all of them, the uh, you know, people in fear, people without hope, and I'm learning to connect with them. This is very beautiful. So then the 4 has kind of awoken. And another element of my design is that I have an open throat. And that was a big question because it's open throat, completely open. It doesn't have one single channel connected to it. And I was like crying for like 2 weeks when I learned that because I used to call myself a public speaker. So I was thinking, what does this mean? That I cannot talk in any way? What does this mean that I really need to stop doing public speaking? And now I'm understanding that actually I can talk in any way as long as I'm in resonance with other people. As long as I'm in resonance, as long as I'm in my number 4, as long as I'm a sacral, then I can talk. And since then, I get the goosebumps so much. This is my truth.
Yeah.
This is really my truth. And has been really amazing, Nicoline.
Yeah.
I have been working with astrology, with Jungian archetypes, and with my body. I tell my clients, my left shoulder says this, my right arm says that, my left hip says that. And I really wanted to work with highly educated women, PhDs, engineers, things like that. And guess who my customers are? Women who are highly educated, who went to university and are open for astrology and are open for human design and are open for the body intelligence. For me, this is the real evidence that we are really in a spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
We are mixing science with spirituality in just one. It
Yeah.
is happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I love what you described about the journey that you went through. And I think you are like the living example of first being really in your head and being into, the logic and the ratio. And and what you described, of course, about your inheritance of your mother, the way you were brought up, it's like, be here, then you will be fine. But until you're not. And that's when you discovered, like, oh, wait a minute, what if I tap into my innate wisdom that I already have, but I have forgotten all about it. And I really loved witnessing you really kind of sinking deeper and deeper into your core truth and really making more and more connection with that. And from that, now you are able to connect with all those people who were frightening at the beginning for you. Like, oh, I don't want to go there. I remember you had an invitation for a business school that you went to, and you were like, oh, I need to go there. I don't want to go there. And it was fine because they invited you as a speaker afterwards.
Yeah, that was so incredible because that's part of the background that I didn't mention. I'm an engineer, first degree, an engineer in high tech IT, and then I studied an MBA. So really, I mean, super mega corporate I was, and now I'm talking about astrology. So it's really like a massive change in life. And I had already done that massive change 18 years ago. But like 5 years ago, I had so many funerals. I lost my mom, my father, you don't want to know all these very close people. And that's when I met you, more or less, or I reconnected with you.
Yeah.
Uh, I needed to go deeper into my authenticity. It was not only about not doing the IT and being a coach, but what kind of coach exactly?
Mm,
Exactly.
yeah.
And and that has been really transformational. Uh, Maybe what I want to tell everybody who's listening is that no matter where you are, no matter how dark it is, because it could be a layoff, it could be a bankruptcy, it could be a divorce, it could be death, light is coming. And this darkness brings beautiful people. They will bring beautiful insights. And the most important, it will bring a beautiful you. So don't despair. Uh, Set the intention that you're going to open to manifest what you need, whatever is what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sending love and light to
It's so
you
true.
for whoever is suffering.
Yeah, it's so true. And it's I think this is really what people need to hear when you're in that dark place. I mean, you and I have both been in those dark places. And in retrospect, it's always easy to see, like, oh, it's exactly what I needed. And oh, it was such a beautiful breakthrough. And it was such a beautiful moment to really get in touch with who am I deeply?
Mm.
What am I here to do on this earth in this time, etc. But when you're in the middle of the muddy, foggy darkness, it's confusing and it's sad and it's awful. And I remember we spoke about this too.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I both have been there, and it was awful. And at the time, you're like, I don't know how I will ever be happy again.
Yeah.
But the moment comes, and the beauty of it, and I think you are such a beautiful example of this, that through doing the work, facing the demons and really diving deep into, okay, but who am I really? And human design is just one of the tools
Mm.
that you've really gone deep into
Mm.
feeling and exploring and navigating your design, but also your astrology,
Mm.
and really facing your demons. How did you
You
do that?
bet. You bet. How did I do that? What a big question.
Yeah.
Uh, I am very inspired by the book of Antifragile. Uh, this Taleb. my God, the author, I forget him right now, but
I'll look it up and I'll put it in the
Antifragile,
show
you can
notes.
find him. And he uses a concept called tinkering. Tinkering is to try something, see how it works, change it. Do something, see how it works, change it. So it's about, well, Kaizen as well is the concept of Japanese of constant process improvement. It's about, I don't know, I really use the metaphor of a house. I'm a mom of teenagers and I clean and I studied with them and I talk with my husband about the horrible things that happen in his job. And I just constantly tinker. I change where the spoons are. I change where the shoes are. I change where the toilet paper is. So it is a constant, it's like taking care of a garden. And I really like to see it that way, that I am constantly taking care of the garden of my life, just constantly. Okay. So when you're taking care of a garden, it comes a yellow leaf again. So sometimes you have a thought of, I'm fat. Oh, it's a yellow leaf. Oh, okay, it's a yellow leaf. I know the yellow leaves. It's not that I'm fat. Or sorry, is that true? Is that
Yeah.
true? Am I fat? Really? Yeah, I guess I gained 1 kilo. Okay, so I'm going to drink more water.
Yeah.
Fine. The other day, I was recording videos because I have a YouTube channel. So I record videos. And sometimes it just feels horrible. I am 55 years old. I have wrinkles. I have gray hair. And I don't have the tummy of a 20 years old woman. And I look at myself in the video and I feel awful. And then I go back into my body and think, what's going on? Oh, I'm hot. It's almost a summer here. I'm hot. Oh, let's get a cold shower. Come. I got a cold shower and magically I was beautiful again.
Yeah.
So tinkering is about noticing what it is and seeing it really as it is. Don't know. Clients didn't buy in the last launch I made. Okay, if this is what happens. Okay, what could I learn from this? Was I really aligned to the launch? Was it really what I wanted to sell? Did I because it is tinkering is a lot about telling the truth, as uncomfortable as it could be.
Mm.
I have my story with my sister. So in this story of my childhood, we have the mother who is has all her issues. So she pulled us apart, my sister and I. So we will fight constantly. She will encourage that. That was her weakness. So recently, we're trying to sell the house, the family house, when we grew up, and we had an argument, and I got really angry and really angry, and I just started thinking how much I hated her, and all the anger just came out. And I came out, thanks God, on my journal. In my journal, I was writing how much I am right and she is wrong, and hate and anger and destruction. And then I discovered that, why am I angry? Why am I angry? Because she's right. So when you reach that point of telling the truth, that the reason why you are angry actually should be a reason of compassion.
Mm.
My sister is in Mexico. I am here in the Netherlands. How do we communicate? Does she have all the information? Do I have all the information? Do I understand how the system works? So this tinkering, the first rule is that you have to tell the truth. But to tell the truth is very, very, very complex. And human design helps us. Oh, they didn't buy from me, or I didn't attract so many people. How did you promote? Oh, I didn't use my number 4 at all. I just hid comfortably behind my computer. Yeah, but you're a number 4. Go out and talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or in my case, I have an open throat. I need to talk to people to be able to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I could say this is it, the question of how I do it. And the other thing that I'm doing is that I made a challenge. They call it the 90-day challenge. And this is an example of tinkering. So I started daily checking the habits that I was doing. And after 20 days, I noticed that there was just one day in which I was extremely happy. However, there were several days in which I was in frustration. So then I stopped the challenge and I journaled. What is it with this challenge?
Yeah.
Well, it's not aligned this way, that way, and that way.
Hmm.
Okay, let's go. What was good? This is very good about this, about that, about that. Great. Let's change the challenge.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing a new challenge. I just started. And the new challenge is something that I hope everybody wants to copy. Is At the end of the one of the things that I measure is at the end of the day, am I in the uplifted? How is it called in human design?
Satisfaction.
Frustration and satisfaction.
Yeah,
And for the
that's it.
other,
For generators, it's frustration and satisfaction. For
but it's the
manifesting
self and then no
generators,
self thing. Yeah, in the self thing.
yeah, the self and not self themes. Those
Exactly.
were the words you're looking for. Yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So maybe I don't know the other ones. You can just say, am I in my self thing? Just that at
yeah,
night. Just notice.
yeah,
And if you notice and if you keep track, I do it with colors because I'm a very visual person. If you do that in consistently, you will notice what is the things that get you satisfied, what gets you frustrated. And if you tell the truth, then you will be able to make changes. But this is the thing, truth heals. If you lie to yourself, then you're going to continue living the very same life.
yeah.
There is not going to be improvement. No improvement. So the prerequisite is telling the truth. And yeah, you can do it by yourself. The best is that you get a coach, because the coach will not let you off the
It's
hook.
so true. It's so true. I mean, I have a coach who is calling me out on my bullshit. And I think it's crucial, but it's not for the faint at heart because the process you just described, it requires honesty with yourself and really courage to look the demon in the eye and like, oh, wait a minute, like the example that you described with your sister, like, wait a minute, why am I so angry? Because she's right. And that takes courage to admit to yourself, like, wait a minute, she's right and I'm wrong. So that's an ego thing that many people are not ready to embrace and to at least become aware of, oh, wait a minute, this is my ego trying to tell me, like, no, you are right and she is wrong. But it's so crucial that we build that awareness of, oh, wait a minute, this is what's actually going on.
Mhm.
And that's what I absolutely love about
Mhm.
what you said as a practice, the tinkering. I
Yeah,
love that one.
yeah,
I'm definitely going to share the link to the book in the
yeah,
show
yeah. I
notes.
love Antifragile.
Yeah.
Um, the concepts. I work with the healing ancestral trauma. And what I have been noticing is that many people in this area of work, they no, that's not true. Let's put it this way. Um, what I have noticed into changing our ancestral programming. Being aware, very helpful, but still it will do nothing. It will stay in the intellectual.
Yeah.
You need to go into the action. So I was aware that I was afraid of people, and I could meditate, repeat affirmations, and nothing will happen. You need to go out. My opinion is exposure. You want to change your life, you have to become a little bit more courageous every day.
Yeah.
And I call it the ripple. You take a tiny little action, the next one will be easier. You take a little bit of action, the next one will be easier and easier. And will you fall back? Oh, yeah, you will fall back, but then you will stand up easier. Recently, during the week, I was getting angry at my sister again. Then I like remember the previous one. Like, could it be possible? Could it be possible that she's right? Could it be possible? So then I started investigating. Oh, maybe I don't have this information, or maybe I should ask this. As long as you take responsibility, because life is happening for you.
Yeah.
If you know life is happening for you, it's like magic.
Yeah. It's so true. It's so true. And I meet too many people who think life is happening to them and they are a victim of
Yeah,
circumstances and
yeah,
they are a victim of, whatever comes their way. But they don't see how incredibly powerful they are to actually change their entire world by looking at themselves to start with from a different angle and a different perspective. Like, oh, wait a minute, who am I really? And what am I doing? What do I believe? And this is something, a lot of work that personally I've done, and I know you have done that too, to really question the belief system. Like, what am I actually thinking here? Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm not good enough. Oh, wait a minute. I think I need to work hard in order to be able to earn money.
yeah,
Oh, wait a minute. I actually think that my voice doesn't really matter because there are so many people out there. Interesting. And instead of beating ourselves up, it's so crucial that we start questioning the belief system, like you said, like, is it true? Is
is
it true? Am I insignificant? No. Am I not good enough? No. But knowing isn't always doing. And
yeah,
this is why it's so crucial that we start acting on it. And I love your concept of the ripple. I love that because it's so simple. It starts with the homeopathy approach, of giving a drop every day, and that actually causes the ripple
yeah,
to be created.
yeah. It's just incredible. I just see it constantly. I see it. I don't know. And sometimes you need to be triggered. Uh, I don't know. I think of several examples. I have believed so many times things that I don't believe anymore. Um, I used to believe that I could not speak languages.
Mhm.
Now I speak several.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, they will never pick me for sports. Last Sunday, I was doing my yoga, and a woman was following what I do. I do weightlifting. I am 55. I do weightlifting, and I'm really quite strong. Uh, I think we need to suspend this disbelief and take action. And it could be a really tiny action. Uh, and the question that really helps me is that one of the work of Byron Katie. Just the first one, just with that one, helped me so much.
Yeah.
Is it true? I have a son. He's fantastic, 14 years old. He adores his father. So he's always with his father. He does that with his father and that with his father. And I get jealous. And in my mind goes the thought, he doesn't love me. So then I just take Byron Katie. Is it true?
Mm.
Investigate.
Yeah.
Investigate. Is it true? And I just go and investigate. And, in his books, my husband is Dutch and Mexican. In his books, he just puts, where are you from? I'm from Mexico. He's, when he chooses something, he puts some Mexican thing and cooking and etc. So there are signs in the universe that will tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And my son doesn't go and say, "Hey, I love you, mom." He just takes action. So
Yeah.
sometimes the universe is talking to you in ways that you don't understand, or you dismiss them very quickly. Like the idea as being a business. Oh, nobody wants to hear from me. Oh, nobody buys from me. Nobody. Is that true? Is it
Mm.
nobody?
Mm.
Is it nobody?
Yeah.
Who actually liked your post? Who replied to your email? And maybe it's one or maybe it's two, but it's not nobody.
Mm.
So I want you to notice what works and expand on what works.
Yeah.
And you're going
Exactly.
to be shocked how much beauty there is. There is more beauty than not beauty.
Yeah.
Uh, and also expanding, to this subject that hurt so many people in this subject of the collapse of the world and there is no hope. Just notice what really gives hope. A flower, children supporting each other, somebody said good morning to you. Start noticing, and then you're going to see the things at work and expand on the things at work
Yeah.
and the beautiful things at work. The tiny is very important. Tiny
Yeah.
is the ripple. Then
Yeah.
yesterday, I live on an island. I live in Amsterdam and an island, and really close to my house there is water, like 1 block. So we go there and we can swim. And yesterday we went there. We sat down, my husband and I, and a little boat, a small boat, passed, and you didn't notice. It passed. The water is just like stayed the same.
Mm-hmm.
After it left, the waves started going really high.
Ah,
And that really touched me. You
yeah.
take an action and it looks like nothing happens. But you take it again and again, very small action until it accumulates, accumulates, accumulates. It's like telling your children that you love them or telling your husband that you love them, taking a glass of water. You're going to build relationships. You're going to build your health. Just tiny action, just very
That's it.
tiny, tiny action. And
Yeah.
these actions in alignment, my God, they are magnetic. So,
Yeah.
so powerful.
It's so powerful. It's so important. I love it what you said about the small steps because we like to see, especially in the online space, we like to see, the huge successes of people. Like, oh wow, they have this big house, they have this lots of money, or whatever it is. But what we don't see is the tiny step that they took in order to get there.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so crucial that we have these conversations like, okay, what are the tiny steps that you are
Yeah.
taking today? What is your 1% that you want to move forward? And if you do 1% again tomorrow and 1% after that, like 1% each day,
Huge,
if you do that for a year, it's a huge change,
huge.
but it's crucial that we understand this. And yet it's the hardest thing we want to accept because we want quick fixes, we want quick changes, and the shortcuts and all of that. And that is why
And
I
the
love.
bulletproof system.
Yeah, but it's bullshit. It's
It's
not
bullshit.
working.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like, oh, I'll give you 5 steps to whatever, or 10 steps to XYZ. It's so crucial that we really understand that we need to take action every single day, become aware of our talents and skills and our unique presence that we bring to the world. Do that every single day and question our belief systems, like you said, is it
Yeah.
actually true? Do I actually know that it's true? And then you can grow an awareness of, oh, wait a minute, I may not be right. This may not be true. And then things really starts to, yeah, it really starts to shift.
It's
So
so beautiful.
I love this. I absolutely love this. So I mean, I could talk for hours with you. We could record this. I don't want to do that to our listeners. So before we wrap up this episode, what piece of advice would you like to give to the listeners?
Ah, I would like to invite you to do two things basically. To take the decision, to take the decision that you create your own reality. You create your own reality. And with human design, you have your user manual. So use your user manual, decide that you are going to do it. Decide that you create your own reality. Decide that you are a creator. It doesn't matter if you are a business owner, if you started, if you're failing, if you're really in a dark place, it doesn't matter. Just take the decision. And once you take the decision, I invite you to build a practice. Build a practice of taking tiny, tiny, tiny little actions, tinkering. I invite you to tinker. Just tiny little thing, take action, review it, tell the truth to yourself, and modify it. And modify it all the time in learning. What did I learn from this? And can I experiment a little bit more? And if you just do that, a decision and a practice, a decision and a practice, before you know it, you're going to have manifested all what is meaningful for you.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing this wisdom. And yeah, I really love talking to you. I love your entire journey that you're still on, and I love to be connected to you. So thank you so much for being here today. And I will share your contact details in the show notes so people will be able to connect with you as they should, because you're amazing, and they can learn more about the ripple and all the other beautiful things that you do. Thank you. And for our listeners, if you love this episode, share it with a friend. Like us, put your stars on it, do a thumbs up, whatever it is. But make sure this message gets spread. And I will see you on the next episode.